Don't give up, I know you can see all the world and the mess of.
Your songwriting has changed a lot over the years. Has your process of writing a song changed too? Would you say it would become easier or harder, and why?
Well, I think it seems harder, but because it seems harder now because maybe I'm not as forgiving, and maybe that's a good thing or maybe that's a bad thing, but I'm not as easy on myself. And then also, as you get older, you know, you're not as flexible emotionally or mentally as you are when you're younger. You know, when you're younger, you kind of it's a different kind of fearlessness that you. Well, that's my experience. You know, when you're 20, when I was 25, I was kind of immortal, but not as immortal as I was when I was 15. But now I'm 45, and I know I'm mortal. So it's a longer I mean, I feel it in my bones, but it's a longer process of sort of justifying what I'm doing and making it sincere. Because I've never been good at writing as a craft. I've never been good at, you know, this is how a song goes, and I've got to sit down and I can write a song. I've never been able to do that, but I can search for an inspiring moment, whether it's on a piano or on a guitar, and then when I find that moment, then I can start searching for a melody and things like that. So I don't know how my songwriting changed, because it's all comes sort of from the same place. It just, you know, I know I've had some different way. You know, when I wrote for the album Every Day, which people have whatever their different opinions of, that was very different. But then I was doing it with someone. I'd never been in that situation. It was a change because we were going through some changes. But when I write alone, the process seems to be quite similar. Maybe I have more tricks than I did when I was starting out, but I don't. But now I don't have maybe the same ease, and maybe I have to dig a little further into myself to find inspiration, whether, you know, lyrically or musically, whether it's successful or not. You know, that's not really my department. If I can just find the inspiration, it's. But once I find that if I'm writing, and on this record too, once I start, you know, so it's like because I'm always writing in a way. Because I'm always playing and not practicing. I always play. I'm not really good at practicing, and that's why I don't get much better at playing. But then you know, I'm always looking for inspiration. I just don't necessarily do anything with it. But when I'm actually going through something, like I have to, like before I wrote for this record, looking for ideas that I had, and digging with my friend John Alasia around recordings or new ideas. Once I start going in, once I start digging in, you know, maybe the first one or two songs will be a real chore, trying to get to something that's real, or that seems honest, and then after that, it'll seem a little bit easier. I don't know if that's just I'm getting lazy but it seems like that you sort of grease the wheels. The song Mercy was the first, sort of the first one in the process of making this album, although I wrote Sweet beforehand. But Mercy, the lyrics, that feels like the one that I started working on and that kicked my ass for the longest time. You know, even though I had like I said before, I had the phrasing and all that. That kicked it. I took my family on vacation with some friends, and a lot of that vacation for me was it was a sunny place too, but a lot of that vacation was under the cloud of that song kicking the shit out of me.